absorb. I think I'm being delirious. So I thought I filmed an intro for this spring reading vlog, but apparently I didn't. So here we are. Welcome to the video. This is just a cozy spring themed reading vlog, enjoying the spring showers, getting through my TBR, which isn't very big, and just having a nice time and enjoying the change of weather. So yeah, I finished quite a few books in this. I hope you really enjoy it, and I also went through a big mix of books in this reading vlog, so keep your eyes out. There should be something for everyone in this, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So, since I last talked to you guys, it's the next day. It is like, it's 12 PM, so technically it's Wednesday morning. It's literally just gone. Yeah, it's just gone 1 minute past 12, and I'm reading. My sleeping pattern's not great right now. Anyway, I only have like 70 pages of this to go. I honestly think this is going to be 5 stars for me. This has not been what I've expected, but in the best way possible. It's very much a YA, but it reads so well. There's also a sequel to this book, and I think I'm probably going to buy it, to be honest. It's called Perfect. On page 332, I've got like 70 pages to go. I don't think I'll finish it tonight because I do want to get to bed soon, but I will get like a lot of it done, and then I'll 100% be able to finish it like tomorrow. There was a couple things I just wanted to briefly talk about. In the previous clip, I think I mentioned about me being like sad and down, and I just wanted you to know that I am okay, everything's fine. I just didn't want you thinking that I have no help. I suppose I'm doing okay. It's just I'm dealing with an awful lot right now behind the scenes. I do want to talk about it. But it's probably going to be when I have more answers. I'm going to be entirely open and transparent with you guys, with of course healthy boundaries with to my personal life, but we need to keep things honest on the internet because there's too much out there that's misleading. So doing this has really helped me. Like every time I do a video, I feel grounded, and that's really, really good for me right now. And I've had a couple more subscribers since my last video, and that makes me so happy. Like even though I don't have like a massive channel, when you guys comment either like in the comments or you message me on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram and you say that you've been really loving my videos, that makes me so happy. And like this is just, it's so great, and I want you to know I'm not going anywhere. despite the fact that I'm having a hard time, like everyone else is, everyone's having a hard time, I'm not going anywhere. So, with that being said, I realised that I didn't tell you exactly what I plan to read in this reading vlog, except of course this one right here. So there's an audiobook I really want to finish, The Writing Retreat. I'm so nervous, excited, scared for that. So I'm definitely going to get into that and we'll see how we do, because the last psychological thriller I DNF'd. I couldn't handle it.
I'm such a scaredy cat.
I am 100% going to read this. This is probably going to be next after the audiobook, and there's a couple older books on my TBR, my physical TBR. I do want to read, but it's more for the sake of I'm going to read them because they're there. Like, when I tell you, you can count my entire physical TBR with my finger, I'm not lying. I will actually show you in another video, maybe in this one if I have time. I don't have a lot of books, quite simply because I've been really picky about what I buy, and I don't like to buy something if I have no intention of actually going through it, consuming it, reading it, absorbing all of it. Absorb paper. I think I'm being delirious. What was I saying? It's been 10 minutes past Wednesday. Still up. Actually, what was I saying? So, I do not have a lot of physical books, and that is like a blessing, but it's also a curse because it means I don't have loads of reading options. So there's 4 books on my physical TBR that I'm not that bothered, but the rest of them, I think there's 5 of them that I do actually want to read, so it's like 50-50. One of them is Babel, but the thing is that because like Babel is the one that I'm most excited for, so I'm thinking maybe I'll read one of my books that's more like mediocre. I want to read it, but I'm not like, I really want to get to Emma, and I also, Jane Austen Emma, by the way. I just chase a woman called Emma. So I want to read Emma, and I also have Mansfield Park that I want to read, and I also have Vanity Fair. They are all on my physical TBR. I have a autobiography about Alan Turing, which I've read like 40 pages of it, and it's really, really interesting. And then I have one of Winston Churchill's books, which is, I picked that up like when I was 17, and it's so cool, and I am actually going to read that. It's a heavy read. History of English Literature book that I showed you in my very first video. I am going to read it, but it's just going to take me a while to go through it because you need to mix things up if you don't want to go into a reading slump. I am going to finish Flawed. I want to read this, and what I was going to say was a really roundabout way of telling you guys I might read one of the books that I'm not that interested in, but there's a good chance that I might start reading this, the first book in this, because this is just calling my name, and I think this might be everything that I've been looking for in a mystery, thriller, fiction. I think this is going to be really good, and it's going to really mix up my reading, which I'm quite excited for. Like how I've really enjoyed romance, and actually, yeah, there's a romance book that I found on Audible that I want to read too. So, long story short, I think we should get at least 3 books done in this reading vlog. We'll see how things go. I don't want to put loads of pressure on myself. I just want to talk to the camera, have a good time, relax, read some good words on a page. So yeah, I'm gonna read now. I'm gonna chill with my candles and my fairy lights, my ambient music, and yeah, I'll talk to you soon. So this morning, I finished Flawed. Honestly, I really thought this was going to be a 5 stars, but it's not. It's more like a 3.75, which is really, it's such a shame because when I was halfway through this book, it surprised me multiple times and I was impressed. I was engaged with the story, but then the ending was just kind of meh. I felt like it could have been a bit better, and also it left a lot unexplained. I think that's the entire point of the sequel, the next book. But I feel like it just kind of, I felt like we didn't actually get anywhere. Like it was as if the book presented an issue and a scenario that was played out, and then nothing really seemed to be done about. I don't think I'm explaining this very well. I didn't feel like the plot progressed much. It progressed a little because there were things that happened in the book, but I felt that there could have been a lot more. And considering the fact that this is a 400-page young adult book, I was just kind of underwhelmed. Maybe it's because it's written for young adults that I haven't enjoyed it as much as I thought, but when we started off, I thought it was pretty good. Like, I honestly thought this was going to be a 5 stars. I just needed to be wowed at the end somehow, and I would have given it a 5 stars, but we weren't. I just kind of, one of the characters, I felt like there wasn't really much development in the characters. It was just kind of, they stayed the same, except at the end, one of the characters had like a change of heart, but I also felt that was completely out of the blue and not like that person at all. So yeah, I was kind of underwhelmed, but I'm still glad I read it. I might get the second book because I do kind of want to know what happens, because it is like a unique setting, but I don't know, we'll just see. This is probably like a really good introductory book if you haven't read any science fiction, because it's an easy read, it's easy to understand what's going on. Maybe I'm just looking for something that's just too complicated. I started the writing retreat last night, 6 hours, 15 minutes. This could be a 5 stars. So far I've really loved the way it's written. The imagery is perfect, and also the description is really accurate and it's believable, realistic. I really, really like it. So I'm hoping that that's a 5 stars. If it is, I might get myself a prop copy. I really like it so far. We will see how it goes. I might just be lost in the fact that it's about a writing retreat, and I would love to do something like that as a writer. So yeah, we'll see, but I'm looking forward to getting into it. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook for a little bit longer today, but tomorrow I have coming a new release, so I'm gonna be filming that and uploading that first before this. This is basically just something that I could do in the meantime, books I can get out of the way before I dive into this new release. I thought about picking up a physical book today, like this one. I might do because it's so short, but I kind of want to save all of my mental energy for tomorrow when I get the book, because it's a new release. I basically want to read it in the space of like 12 hours, get it done, edit it, upload it, so the people that are thinking of buying it can look at my video. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. That should be a really interesting experience, because it's nothing like, I've never read anything like it before. So next time I talk to you, hopefully I have finished the writing retreat and I have at least started this, or maybe finished this. Yeah. So last time I spoke to the camera, I had I was like halfway through this, I think I remember. Anyway, since then I have filmed my reading vlog for The Familiar, a new release that came out this month. This was brilliant. You need to watch my reading vlog of reading this book, because this really has set off. My reading year has started well because of this book. I mean, I know like we're already in April and by the time you're seeing this it'll nearly be May, but you know what, it's fine. Also, I think I said that I had started writing retreat. Guess what? First DNF of 2024. It was giving me the ick. Was not gelling with the story. I think I got like a third of the way through it, or a fourth, but it just wasn't for me. Yeah, so I DNF'd that. I also listened to the audiobook The Rebound by Leanne Slate. That really was a good way to keep my reading going well for that month, keep up my momentum, because it was a full-on rom-com and I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. It's like a 3.5 star, but it's 100% made me realise that I think romance is definitely a way to keep my reading interesting and to keep it changing, growing, and yeah. Also, you look at some of the covers for romance books in shops and they're so cute. They're so nice, I love them. So I think I'm definitely gonna buy more romance. I have started listening to A Little Murder by Suzette A. Hill. So far this is going well. It's definitely giving the feel of like an Agatha Christie novel. I've got 8 hours 18 minutes left to go, so I will probably finish that in this vlog. And I also really want to finish this. I'm only like 2 pages in. I read like the first 2 pages and so far like it's giving a really good pace, so I think this is going to be really good to sink my teeth into. I don't think I'm going to get to Babel this month or the first book of the Born Identity trilogy, but you know what, it's fine because I only have enough books that I do fingers to read. I don't have many, so it's okay. Nevertheless, I did buy a couple books last week, which I am going to save for a book haul, which I'll do in like a few months' time, because I really want to. I can't afford to buy like 50 quid's worth of books all at once, or 70 quid, 100, you know what I mean? I can't do that. I have to do it gradually. And this will be a good way for me to collect new books that I want to read whilst going through my physical TBR, because in my mind I can't read the new books until I've shown you guys. That's just how it works in my head. So that's what I'm going to do for that video. And yeah, so I will listen to more of A Little Murder. I will start reading this again and I'll talk to you in a bit. So, I am, how far am I through this? I've
Get my words in a line.
I am listening to A Little Murder, like I said beforehand, and I've only got 5 hours and 46 minutes left. I was able to speed up a little bit because I think I've said before in a previous vlog, that when I start listening to an audiobook, I listen to it at like regular pace, and then I can eventually speed it up when I've gotten into the rhythm of the narrator. This could be a 5 stars. I don't believe in jinx and stuff. This could be a 5 stars. But we will wait and see. things can always turn around, especially when you have like 5 hours still to go with the book. I'm 26 pages into it. This is keeping me entertained. It is what I expected it to be, but it's in the first chapter. The author did a really good job at like creating a moody, dark feel, and I think if you like that kind of thing, then you need to get this, because this is only like 80 pages, so you can read it in a day. I mean, I'm reading it slowly because I want to try and understand it as best as I can for the sake of my fellow author. So far this is doing really good. Like, I'd say it's sitting between like a 3 and a 4 star. So yeah, check this out if you like that kind of thing. I'm gonna keep listening to my audiobook and kind of going back and forth between the two. Also, I'm watching Destiny Sidwell's new video. I know I mention her in basically all of my YouTube videos, but I love her. I just love her. Yeah, so I'm having a little bit of a YouTube break, ironically, which is probably what you're doing right now. And yeah, also my hair's like quite poofy because I washed it this morning. I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my evening. It is 10 to 7. No, you probably can't see that. It's now 8 minutes to 7. Yeah, so I'm just going to chill for the rest of the evening. Sleep a bit. This right here, this is my favourite background music to listen to when I'm reading. Just listen to this. It's the best thing ever. Trust me, it just is. You'd think after being completely over a cold for a week you wouldn't sound congested, but for me, who has the smallest nose in the world, I'm still congested. I'm not taking you back on my bed again because this is nice, like it's quite comfortable, to be honest. Finished this book, The Path of Pain and Ruin. Honestly, this was a pleasant surprise. I would say this is sitting at like a 3.5 star. There was some bits where like I was struggling to follow the plot. However, I think that if this book was 500 pages long and each day was flashed out with every single detail, I would love it. And I think you would too. But because it is so short and so much happens in it, I found it kind of difficult to follow, but the feels from this book, amazing. So if you're someone who's really missing autumn right now, then you'll really enjoy this. This is not a spring looking book considering the fact that it's a spring reading vlog, but you know, it's fine. So yeah, that was a 3.5 star. I've listened to more of A Little Murder. I'm going to finish this vlog right here because I really do think that that book could be a 5 stars, and me rushing the audiobook for the sake of this video might not help the rating and my full experience. So I'm going to finish it here. I have my farmyard mug, and I also have my pick and mix from Tesco. And I'm going to edit this video and continue listening to the audiobook, and I'll give you my final rating for that in my April wrap up. So yeah, Thank you for watching it. You're amazing if you've watched this entire thing all the way through. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. Please like this video, comment anything you want, I don't mind. I just would love to hear from you, and subscribe if you want to see me again. I would love to see you again. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye bye. Oh goodness. But we will. Oh goodness. I'll cut that. I'm out of breath.